Hi, my name is Emily, and this is my channel where I make videos about what it's like to be a nurse on a psychiatric inpatient unit. And I also talk about things that interest me, such as health, wellness, meditation, yoga, things like that. Today, I'm going to answer a question that was in a comment from one of my previous videos about psychoeducational groups, where somebody had asked, well, can I find groups that I want to do, or how do you know what groups you're going to choose? And I love talking about this topic. It's my favorite part about being a psych nurse is the opportunity to have groups where a little bit of fun can be had, a little bit of connection and deeper understanding with the patients can be had, and also it can be very creative and opening, both like emotionally, spiritually, mentally for the patients. And groups can really create a nice space, whether it's just playing a game and people laughing, it's mood uplifting, to something more deeper where we're in a group, and maybe music appreciation group, and someone picks a song and they share something deeply in their heart related to the song, and to see the other patients rally around this person and lift them up. Just moments like this, group is one of the more special parts of the day-to-day work that I do on the inpatient unit. So to answer the question, what are some ways to come up with groups? My first thought is to ask yourself, what makes you excited to do or learn about? Is there something that piques your interest? Maybe it's learning about animals, or could be of travel, or maybe it's to do mindfulness, learn more mindfulness techniques. I feel like almost anything can be spun into a group. Groups are psychoeducational when they bring something to the unit that is known to be therapeutic, such as, playing games and recreational activities is known to be therapeutic. That's all within the scope of nursing. Also, education as far as mindfulness, how to job search, education, that's also within the scope of nursing. We do a lot of education in nursing, so if it's something that's gonna better the lives of others through education, that's a green light as well. What isn't in the scope is going to be holding therapy sessions, group therapy. So you want to be careful about that. You're not blurring the lines of that. It's one thing to just hold space if something comes up in your group. Psych nurses are aware of therapeutic communication. We use it daily. We know how to hold space for patients, and can help either redirect patients who are struggling, or we can hold space and let patients emote if that feels more the therapeutic option. But you don't want to you don't want to take a group and I don't know, purposely press buttons to try to create some kind of therapeutic effect like that. We're going to leave that to psychology. That's what they're trained to do and what they do. So just be careful about that. I wouldn't, don't let that scare you. There's a lot that nurses can do. And I'll give some examples at the end of the video of groups that I do. But so think about what interests you. Maybe ask yourself, what helps to relax you? Is it playing games? Is it going for walks? If it's something where you move your body, perhaps some kind of movement group would be something. You don't have to be a yoga teacher or a Tai Chi instructor to find an appropriate video and play that, or just get some basic moves down and just try it out with one or two of your patients and see how it goes. Get some feedback, see what they think about it. I suggest I suggest taking your interests and turning them into a group, because you're going to come from an authentic place. You're going to be able to share about this particular topic from a place where you know that it has helped you, and you're just sharing it in the hopes that it would help the patients. You can also just straight up ask your patients, like, what do you guys want to do for your group? They probably know a lot. Some of our patients have been to the unit before, and kind of unfortunately they've left and come back several times. I mean, I'm grateful that there's a place for them here and that they have that support, and things happen in life. So of course, I'm glad that we could be there for them. Some of these patients are homeless and they come in and out to different programs, and maybe they have had other groups that they particularly remember that were fun or helped them. And so just ask your patients maybe what they would like. And that can be a source of inspiration for you as well. If you just really want to think about how you can be the biggest help to your patients, just ask them, what do you need? What would you like to have for your group? So that's two ways. And you can also just see what has been done in the past on your unit, what resources are available. We have a projector, and that has come in super handy for our music appreciation group, where people can pick a song off of YouTube and I play the video on the wall and it has speakers. That's been wonderful. But you can also do that group just if you bring your at-home speaker and your cell phone. Like, it doesn't have to have a lot of fancy equipment. Some of the nurses have taken traditional games like Jenga and Bingo and gave them a mental health spin by creating educational components to them, such as, for example, Bingo having coping skills on the squares and different categories. So when one reads the card, there's a little bit of education about that coping skill before someone puts their piece down. There's also some nurses have done trivia games that have just been, have done trivia games that were just light. This video is going really well, so I'm gonna not re-record it. But maybe this is a good opportunity to think if there's anything else. I did want to maybe finish the video with sharing about something called a vision board group. This is the last group I did, and it has to do with SMART goals and a questionnaire that the patients can answer regarding whether what they think are some of their unique attributes. What do they like more of in their life? Where do they see themselves? What would they like their life to look like? And then after that questionnaire, giving them the opportunity to cut out pictures out of magazines and creating a collage with to help focus that when they look at the collage, the ideas that it helps focus in on their intention of what they want more of in their life. That group is really good for a wide cognitive ability level, because and just a wide range of patients, because some of the patients are really not interested in making an intention or planning these things. They just want to create a piece of art, and that's therapeutic for them to do that. So they will create art out of the pictures they cut out. And some of the patients are, they're not interested in the questionnaire part. Some of them really are. They get really into it. That group did cost a little, that needed some resources, and I actually used my own resources for that. So you got to think about if you want to use your own resources or not. That will direct what kind of group you do. So like, I bought some safety scissors that were all plastic, and some glue sticks and stuff. And I probably could have got them through my hospital, but the channels for that, I didn't know when I was going to be able to get that. I probably would have filled out 10 forms, and I was like, I'm just going to go get these. So it's going to be up to you what you're willing to do, what your hospital has or your organization has available. But there's just so much opportunity, and it's such a beautiful way to connect with the patients and creates healing space, and it certainly feeds my heart and soul to do these things. And it creates a little bit of connection where it's not just like like where the patients feel maybe alone, or there's just this power dynamic between like nurse and patient. It can really level out that playing field and create some like healing space where people really care. And I've experienced that many times by picking a song in group itself, and not like by hijacking the group or anything with personal stories, but just sharing a little bit of, you know, why I picked this song. I found that it really created some a space where just for a little while, it's like, rather than being like the nurse, it was like we were nurses and patients, we were all just like human. And through just all being human, it was like that's where the real healing took place. So yeah, exciting stuff. I hope this answered your question, and thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you find some fantastic groups to do, things that are really that feed your soul and, you know, help your patients to feel cared about, and just create some awesome therapeutic spaces together. All right, take care.